All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Lauren Reeves with the National Weather Service in Peachtree City / Atlanta. Today, I'll be doing your weekly weather briefing for the week of Thursday, June 20th, 2019. So what we'll be talking about this afternoon is the severe storms that we're expecting. We do have an enhanced risk across portions of eastern Georgia. Outside of that, a slight risk that covers much of our area getting into central Georgia, and then a marginal risk across northwestern Georgia. We'll take a look at the primary hazards. We've got damaging winds, quarter-sized hail, heavy rain, frequent lightning, and a brief isolated tornado is possible. We'll keep an eye out for any watches issued, which should be fairly soon. And then we'll get into temperatures over the next 7 days, rainfall totals through the next 7 days, which aren't very high. We'll take a look at any fire weather concerns over the next 3 days, and then the forecast over the next week. And then overall, we'll get into a little bit of the drought conditions. All right, just wanted to take a quick second and talk about what happened this morning. We had sent out a partner email previously about severe storms occurring overnight. So about 5 a.m., a little bit after that or so, we did have this line of storms move through the area. You can see that on the left-hand side. There's a loop from about 5 a.m. to a little after or just before 9 a.m. So as you can see on that loop, we did have storms roll through the area from west to east. On the right-hand side, you can see some of the storm reports that we've compiled from earlier. As you can see, we definitely had reports of trees and power lines down, a few areas without power. So basically, as we get into this afternoon and evening, we're looking at recovering from those storms to again bring us a severe weather threat this afternoon. So a quick look at current conditions. As of about noon or so, that's what the radar on the left-hand side is from. As you can see that loop playing through, so far we only really have some showers across northern Georgia. We are expecting that to continue to push east and southeast and develop into more thunderstorms. On the right-hand side, we have the satellite as of about 30 minutes ago or so. As you can see, we've got some clear areas across eastern portions of the area, allowing the air to heat up and us to destabilize more and recover from what went through the area this morning. You can see some of the thicker clouds across northern Georgia there, and so that's what we're looking at heading towards our way now. As far as any warnings, we do not have any warnings across the area as of now, but as far as any watches, we are anticipating some watches to be issued as soon as pretty much about now through about the next hour or so. We're looking at a watch likely through the rest of this afternoon and evening, but as of my writing for this, we haven't had a watch yet. Overall, this graphic on the left-hand side shows that blue area that's hatched in where the Storm Prediction Center is expecting storms to develop by about 1 to 2 p.m. or so, so pretty much any time from now on through the rest of the afternoon and evening. And the risks there are mainly for damaging winds and hail. And as you can see that note across the top here, severe thunderstorm watch will probably be needed by 17C. So just be on the lookout for that watch to be issued. As far as our outlook for today, I did mention on the graphic on the right-hand side, we do have an enhanced risk getting into eastern portions of our area. Outside of that, a slight risk, and further to the northwest, a marginal risk. I've also included the threat graphics across the bottom side. On the left-hand side, we are hatched in that area for tornado probability. There is the potential for a brief isolated tornado this afternoon and evening, but especially in the higher area with enhanced risk. Moving on to damaging winds, that's definitely going to be our primary threat for this afternoon, is seeing some of those very strong, gusty, and damaging winds that can bring down trees and power lines and cause power outages. So as you can see in the middle graphic here, we do have a pretty good outlook for our area, about 30% or so across the enhanced risk area, spreading eastward and southward and across the rest of the area. Looking at hail probability, we do have a chance to see some hail as we go through this afternoon and evening today. So overall, this was the latest update I have in the upper right-hand corner from the Storm Prediction Center. We'll get another one later on this evening. Overall, to recap, our hazards for this afternoon and getting into the evening are going to be damaging winds, strong gusty winds. Hail is going to be possible, some large hail possible. A brief isolated tornado isn't out of the question for today. Heavy rain is definitely going to be a possibility, especially across northeastern portions of the area, and frequent lightning, as we'll see with any thunderstorms. And again, that timing is pretty much any time from now onward through the rest of this evening. So we'll take a quick look at the excessive rainfall outlook. This is for today, for this afternoon and getting into the evening. We are looking at a marginal risk for excessive rainfall, so pretty much any stronger storms could dump a lot of rain on any one area, and that has the potential to lead to any flash flooding issues, mainly across the enhanced risk, but also portions of northeastern Georgia. Looking at the rainfall forecast, overall totals aren't extremely high, generally less than half an inch or so, but any stronger storms that move over the area are definitely going to have the potential to dump amounts of rain on any one particular area in any given storm. So some locally higher amounts will definitely be possible. Just want to include a couple model solutions, just something that we've been looking at. You'll see there's two on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So what we've been looking at with this system is that it's still a little bit uncertain exactly what time for any specific area to get the storms through. That is why I'm saying any time after now, pretty much 1 p.m. now-ish, through the rest of the evening, we could see showers, thunderstorms, strong thunderstorms, and those severe thunderstorms. So as you can see, as we step through to the afternoon on these loops, we do have pretty good coverage across many portions of the area, but overall, it looks like a line of storms expecting to push through pretty much central Georgia and further east. So we're going to keep an eye pretty much on across the whole area, but mainly where you can see those stronger storms that push through. So these are just two different model solutions I decided to input, but as you can see, the timing is a little bit different between the two. That's why we tell you to just make sure you're weather aware through the afternoon and evening, because pretty much after about now, any area could start to see those showers and thunderstorms form. So we'll look at Friday's severe weather outlook. Overall, we're in general thunder, but as with any day in the pop-up thunderstorms, we could have isolated strong storms. On Saturday, same thing. We do have a marginal risk across far northern Georgia, so we could see some strong to isolated severe storms. Overall, the primary hazards are gusty winds, heavy rainfall, frequent lightning. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, so today we're expecting some gusty winds. It's already been pretty gusty out there over the past few hours. That'll continue through the afternoon and evening. As we get into Friday, we have just slightly less chances for rain in the afternoon and evening. And then as we get Saturday on into the first half of next week, we have temperatures in the mid-80s across the north, getting into the upper 80s, lower 90s around Atlanta and the metro areas, and then getting into the mid to upper 90s for some portions of central Georgia, and then into the 90s otherwise. Overall, for pretty much the rest of the weekend and to the first half of next week, we do have about an afternoon chance for showers and thunderstorms, so those pop-up hit-or-miss thunderstorms. We do have several waves moving through the atmosphere that may help to spark additional thunderstorms, maybe help them linger a little bit later into the evening. But overall, we're looking at afternoon thunderstorms pretty much each day. Taking a look at 7-day rainfall, so we're expecting those afternoon thunderstorms, but overall, rainfall amounts aren't too high, generally looking at about a quarter inch to an inch, and anywhere that could have stronger storms could see slightly higher amounts. Taking a look at our fire weather outlook for the next 3 days, overall, not expecting any hazardous conditions. Today is going to be the gustiest day out of the next 2 days, with gusts pretty much in that 20 to 25 mile per hour range, as you can see on the graphic on the right. But overall, our minimum relative humidity values are expected to remain above critical thresholds. As far as the 5-day tropical weather outlook, there's nothing here, so not too concerned with that. And then lastly, the drought summary. On the right-hand side, we have the previous drought monitor, and on the left-hand side, we have our current drought monitor released today. As you can see, overall, there is a decrease in drought area coverage. So with the rainfall that we're getting, we'll see how that can help. Overall, so to recap what we're expecting for the rest of this afternoon and evening, anytime from about now through this evening, we could have severe storms across the area. It's looking like a line of storms could push through. There could be several lines of storms or either some other pop-up showers in between. So just keep an eye out. We do expect some watches to be issued at some point relatively soon across the area. And from the latest update from the Storm Prediction Center, we do have the enhanced risk across eastern Georgia, with the highest threats being damaging winds and the second highest threat being hail. Then the slight risk across much of central Georgia, with the marginal risk across northwestern portions of the area. Other than damaging winds and hail, there is the potential for an isolated brief tornado. It's not out of the question. Heavy rain could be a factor, especially across northeastern portions of the area, and we will have frequent lightning with any thunderstorms that do form. As far as the rest of what we went through today, temperatures are just slightly above average in the next 7 days, with rainfall totals around 1/4 inch to an inch or so. No fire weather concerns through the next 3 days, although we do have some gusty winds this afternoon and evening. Otherwise, over the next 7 days or so, we're going to have pretty much mainly afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms, kind of the pop-up hit-or-miss thunderstorms. That's going to continue over the next 7 days, essentially. And then finally ending with the drought. Overall, the area has decreased across Georgia. All right, so with that,